Well, it is Halloween, and in honor of that, what is the scariest phrase you can think of? Maybe it's tax season. For sportscasters, it's no media food. Well, it's the party that never stops. Back on the Blitz, Jeff Spiegel, Joe Whelan. Home field advantage hasn't been much of a factor for Mortimer Jordan.
This UAB lineup, top to bottom, in my opinion, is the best in Conference USA.
Let's bring in the rest of our national championship collective. Doug Seagrass, Seth Austin, you know these guys well.
We're here with maybe the most popular man at the Senior Bowl so far, Reggie Ragland, former Tide linebacker. Over under 40 autographs he just signed.
Is this Tide defense so good that we need to start grading quarterbacks and opposing teams on a curve when they're facing Bama?
Reports surfaced on Tuesday indicating that Goff informed as many as 10 of his players that he'd be withdrawing their scholarships. That's an NCAA violation.
Vegas had no listed odds on the Golden Eagles' chances of winning the College World Series. Auburn, on the other hand, getting some pretty good bang for the buck right now. A $100 bet gets you $9,000 if the Tigers win it all. But what does that really mean? Well, for those who filled out a bracket or two in your day, plus 9,000 is the same odds Vegas gave to a 16 seed beating a 1 during March Madness. Not good.
North Dakota State has announced within the last couple of hours that quarterback Carson Wentz is going to get the start tomorrow morning. He's missed the last 8 games following wrist surgery, but don't sleep on this kid. He's projected as one of the top quarterback prospects in this spring's NFL draft. Well, America learned 2 very important things as it pertains to Jacksonville State today. First, it's located in Alabama, not in Florida.
Also added, the mindset in the locker room right now is the same as his. The team is close to putting this thing together.
Welcome back to Legion Field, where after 1 quarter of play, the offense has been rolling 28-7, Green leading gold in the annual UAB spring game. We are joined now by the all-time career leader in field goals in Blazers history, Ty Long. You were a senior on the 2014 team, the last team here at UAB. Can you juxtapose what the emotions were like on that day when you found out that the program was ceasing operations to what it's like today, seeing fans pack the stands?
Jeff, I tell you what, the putter had better have been on point today, because if you didn't go 4 under for your opening round, you're not even sniffing the top 10 right now.
I cannot stress this enough. Bo Scarborough is not Derrick Henry, although the video might suggest otherwise. Let's win a couple of games here in Indianapolis, bust a few 100,000 brackets, and send the Gamecocks onto the Sweet 16.
Well, Gus Malzahn got it right on Tuesday when he said he got it wrong last Saturday. The math didn't add up with 3 quarterbacks.
Well, that explosiveness is nowhere to be found this season. Through the first 5 games of its schedule, the Tigers have mustered just 7 plays of 20 or more yards. So Cedar Bluff's regular season closes out on a high note, which is good news for head coach Jonathan McWhorter, who told us pregame he didn't care that a playoff spot was already set for his team. He didn't feel like finishing runner-up in his own region.
Well, if the last 72 hours in Tuscaloosa have taught us nothing else, it's that even the #1 team in the country, led by arguably the #1 coach in the country, isn't immune to off-the-field issues. Tim Williams was arrested early Thursday morning and charged with illegal possession of a firearm, and later that day, confirmation of what we first learned on Wednesday. Backup quarterback and former 5-star recruit Blake Barnett transferring out of Alabama, presumably to a school closer to home, after a pit stop at a junior college first. All of this has served to take the Alabama fan base, proud owners of a 4-0 record and #1 in both polls, and send them into a head-spinning panic.
Wrestling has but one mantra: keep fighting. Through practice, through the match, through life.
Well, it's so disciplined. There's so much you don't want to do, like all the hard working and conditioning, but that's just part of life. You're going to hit a lot of barriers in life, but you really have to just get over them.
Nick Hoot has been overcoming barriers his entire life.
A lot of people see me as a disadvantage. I look at myself as an advantage, because with me and without my legs, I think I can do a lot.
A sophomore wrestler at Woodland High School, Nick was born without parts of both legs. The right one above the knee, the left at the ankle. And neither of his hands has a fully developed set of fingers. But where some might break in the face of such challenges, Nick has thrived.
He's very good from all positions. On his feet, he does a real nice job. He stays out of trouble. From top, he rides, very well. And then from bottom, he's hard to keep down. He's constant movement.
That's why I keep working through the summer. I want to get more and more wins every year. Knowing that everyone has all their eyes on me because they're not used to seeing someone like me wrestle that often, I know I have to go out there and be the best.
That Nick is able to wrestle at all is itself a miracle.
I knew that I was supposed to be an aborted baby, and it was a failed. It makes me angry because I never want that to happen to any kid. Anybody can become anything, and getting rid of a kid like that isn't right to me. And no, it didn't, because I just look at myself as a miracle and that I can accomplish a lot of things.
Nick was born in Syktyvkar, Russia in September 1996. He was immediately put up for adoption. But shortly after Christmas of the following year, he was brought to Woodburn to begin a new life with new parents, Marvin and April.
I was scared for 2 weeks to put his legs on him, and after that it was like, oh, okay. His legs go on like you dress your other kids. He got his first pair of legs the summer after he came home. He was like 2. They sent home this tiny walker about this tall with him. He threw his walker away about 2 days after he got it, used furniture, and then in 2 weeks' time he was running.
And it wouldn't be the last time Nick's parents would marvel at his ability to overcome life's obstacles. And it was another sport that proved the catalyst.
For 2 years, I didn't want him to play baseball because I was afraid, he can't run the bases fast enough like the other kids. And they'll make fun of him. Well, I was wrong. He stole home in one game, a championship game, and tied the game for him. And he got a standing ovation on both sides and slaps on the back.
It was just amazing seeing him run into home. The look on his face, the straining, trying to go as hard as he can to get to the plate.
I don't think I've ever found myself any different. I mean, I can't run as fast as a lot of them, except for a lot of the bigger kids, but I always found ways around it. Like even when I used to play football, I always found different ways around it.
That goes for basketball as well. Nick has never met a sport he didn't try, much like Marvin and April have never met a child they wouldn't help. In addition to their 3 biological children and Nick, the Hoots have adopted 5 others, all like Nick, from other countries and with birth defects. Nick serving as a role model for them all.
How real he is. How much of a heart he has.
Whether he wins when he goes out there and his hand is raised is beside the point. He's a winner, even though if his hand isn't raised, he's still a winner, no matter what.